Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the True Blue Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Sucardi. You can find me on Instagram at True Blue Podcast. You were joining me for session 56. It is June 30th. We made it. June was a hellish month for your boy. It was hellish. I was sick. My mom was sick. My sister was sick. It was just bad. Not a good month. Not a typical sick month, too, right? Usually it's a cold month, but man, June really fucked us up. But we survived. We survived, I should say. We survived. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. Gosh, good health. Seriously, good health. I mean, is anything more, valuable in this life? You know, if you don't have your health, I mean, it's really true what they say. So I'm just so grateful to be upright, to be here doing this podcast, to be healthy. If you're grateful for one thing today, let it be your health. And for those who aren't in good health, I will say a prayer for you, because not being in good health is horrible. Horrible. Really. Physically, mentally, I mean, it just sucks. Be good to people out there. Be good to people. Yeah, being sick sucked. Really fucking sucked. I'll tell you this, though. I had a lot of love. I had a lot of love during my sickness. Friends, my girlfriend reaching out, sending me groceries and shit, bringing me flowers. People just willing to help out. My homie brought by these Pedialyte ice pops. Man, they were amazing. I mean, I didn't have a sore throat with this sickness, but next time I get a sore throat, I cannot wait. I mean, even so, they're just good. I think I may just, next time I'm at Walgreens or whatever, pick up some Pedialyte ice pops. But yeah, just getting all the love from people really just made it for me. Really did, made it for me. Touched me too, people are there, right? You hear about it, they tell you and all this stuff, but to see it in action, to have people reach out and care about you, especially when you're sick, you're by yourself, at least I was, me and my sweet baby Lulu, just chilling. I had a fever and shit. It sucked. It fucking sucked. But here we are today, healthier, happy to be podcasting, happy to be doing my thing. I'm just going to go over a couple things. We'll get into some... Do I have my poetry here? Do I have my poetry here? Let me see. We'll get into some poetry once I find the poetry book. I may have to go get it. Do I have to go get it? Yeah, let me go get it. But yeah, I'll catch up with what's up. We'll talk some music. We'll talk some poetry, some self-care. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. All right, I got it. We're good. Hopefully that wasn't too much dead air. So yeah, let's catch up. So I've been sick, like I said. Just so grateful. The reminders of love are just so important in this life. If you're hearing this podcast right now, send someone a text. Let them know that you're thinking about them, or tell them that you love them, or send them a song. I'll even give you a minute, okay? All right, cool. Hopefully you had some time to reach out to somebody and let them know that you're thinking about them. You ever get in a mood where you feel so sad and shitty that you just want to hear something familiar? something that just hits the spot. You're not or maybe watching something. So some people aren't so music oriented. They'll want to watch something, or maybe just do something that's familiar. When you're just down and sad. This is just one of the notes that I wrote, and I intended on doing this podcast much earlier in June, so I guess I was feeling a little bit all sad then. But yeah, just having something familiar, Like, you have all these things, these new things, or these things that you're getting into or checking out. At least for me, it's music. So when I'm feeling a certain way, gosh, I'm just so grateful that I have things like the Smiths and Morrissey, Pearl Jam, all these groups that I just like can lean on and just like hear something familiar. It's so important. And then I wanted to talk about revisiting love languages and how they can change based on distance and circumstances. Like for me, my love language would be quality time. I'd say that would be it. But sometimes you can't spend the quality time. Your schedule doesn't permit, or you're far away. So maybe it's words of affirmation or gift giving. What was the other one? I think touch or something. But it's kind of like to be fluid with your love language is, I think, very important, especially with your circumstances. Like I was sick. I really couldn't see people. So the love language was words of affirmation and then acts of service. People bringing me shit, But typically it's quality time, because for me, the currency in this life is the time that you give me, the time that I give you, because we don't have unlimited time, let's be honest. So yeah, those are just the things that I just wanted to kind of catch up on. I'm going to a bunch of shows in the next couple months. I'm seeing Krungbin, Broken Social Scene, the Melvins. I'm seeing Ohm. I'm seeing Zombie. I'm seeing Nothing. What else? I'm going to get tickets to see Mastodon. Bunch of shit. So I'm excited. Love seeing live music. None of that's changed. So let's get into some self-care. All right, so I found this on Instagram. This was from, let's see here. What the fuck does this say? This is from Centered Self Therapy on Instagram. Centered Self Therapy, and this is ways to improve connection with your partner. So I thought this would be kind of cool. Just go over it. It's another list here that we can discuss. So I figured I'd go through it and give you some comments on it. All right, ways to improve connection with your partner. Accept them for who they are. Acceptance. There's a great quote. I think I read it in one of the 12-step literatures. It said, "Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today." I love that. Accept them for who they are. I mean, seriously, if you're going to call someone your partner, you might as well like them for who they are. Communicate openly and honestly. That's a good one. Communicate. Huge. Openly and honestly. That's good. Openly and honestly communicate. Listen when they communicate their needs. This is a good one. There's a couple things in here. Listening, active listening. When they communicate their needs. Not their wants or desires, but their needs. The next one is spend time together free from distraction. Looking at your fucking phone every minute, or, constantly like your eyes are trailing off, or, don't just sit there and watch Netflix and binge and shit. Spend time together free from distraction. Go outside, be in nature. You know what I'm saying? Make your relationship a priority. I mean, that's huge. Who wants to be in a relationship where you're like on the back burner? Or you're like the eighth or ninth, you're on the priority list, closer to number 10. In some instances you can't be number one. Like, let's say you're dating someone who has kids or a really demanding job. Maybe you can't be number one per se, but, to be the top 3 would be kind of nice. So make your relationship a priority. If you really want to be with someone and work with someone, then make it a priority, because that's a way of showing love. Respect each other's boundaries. So this is a real good one, and this is this is considering that you discuss your boundaries, which I think is a very important thing. Things that you need in a relationship, your boundaries, sort of your non-negotiables, the things that, that you won't compromise. Respect each other's boundaries. Take responsibility when you're wrong. Ooh, good one. This is a good one. I'd say like the last maybe 10 years of my life, I've exercised this one a little bit more, and I'm not perfect. I have an ego just like the rest of us, but when you're wrong, take responsibility. Give them the benefit of the doubt. And that to me just says love. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't let them walk over you, and don't be a fool, but show them love. Believe their words. Talk about how to overcome your differences. That's huge. Talk about it. Don't scream about it. Don't silent treatment. Don't fucking, mixed signals. Talk about how to overcome your differences. Support and encourage them to pursue their goals. Yeah, when you're with someone, you want someone to sort of be in your corner, you know what I'm saying? Encouraged, to be encouraged, you know what I'm saying? To have someone support you and encourage you, to be your number one fan. Let go of past issues and think about how you can better manage conflict in the future. This is a real good one. It's not the easiest thing to do. Let's be honest. But the second part's important. Think about how you can better manage conflict in the future. Just kind of what it said earlier. Communicate openly and honestly. Think about how you can better manage conflict in the future. You're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like you just can hone this skill overnight. That's why it says manage conflict in the future. Better manage conflict. Not perfect, but manage it. Be flexible and open to change. This is a good one. It's a challenge. Change can be tough for some of us. But to be flexible, to be fluid, and again, the word open is huge. Practice self-care. We all got to work on ourselves. Working on ourselves makes us more available for our partners, for our families, for our friends, for our fucking jobs and shit. Self-care is real important. And it's different for all of us. Some people podcast like your boy. Some people go for runs. Some people paint. Some people skydive. Some people meditate. Express yourself, pretty much. Get something out. Practice self-care. Communicate your wants and needs clearly. The key word here, clearly. Why pussyfoot around things? Why try to, kind of be a little bit hesitant with it? Do it clearly. Communicate your wants and needs clearly. And lastly, it's avoid assumptions and unrealistic expectations. Avoid assumptions. I'm guilty of this. Sometimes, you get a text message or you're assuming things. You don't have the full story, so you just create one in your own crazy brain. And avoid assumptions and unrealistic expectations. Again, these are ways to improve connection with your partner. Connection. Be connected. I came across this. I'm on Instagram and I see these things and I'll just save them. I probably saved this one a couple months ago, to be honest with you. I just go through my saved folder and then I find these lists. But they're really cool. And sometimes you get maybe one or two things out of it, or maybe the whole thing. But even if you just get one or two things, different ideas, very important. Very important. All right. Well, that was cool. I really enjoyed sharing that self-care tip of the week. Now, or the week, the month, the year, who cares, right? Time is a concept. So, let's move on to read some poetry. All right, I'm going to read some poetry from Haiku Anthology. All right, here goes. Chill night, after you, the toilet seat, slightly warm. Ugh. Depends on who that is, but sometimes, ugh. The crow flies off, mountains fall away beneath him. Rowing out of the mist into the bright colors, At the river bend, wriggling towards the setting sun, a lone water snake. The lights are going out in the museum. A fetus suddenly darkens. Yeah, that's brutal. The reflected door opens. The mirror deepens. That's cool. Winter dawn. From the deepest part of the forest, crows are calling. Weightlifter, slowly lifting the teacup. That's great. Downpour. The palm reader does her nails. Old retriever, he opens one eye at the tossed stick. That's cool. After falling down, she asks for a Band-Aid for her doll too. That's so sweet. No matter where I stand, barbecue smoke. That's hilarious. Snowflakes fall into the darkness of the tuba. I shut down the lawnmower, a call for supper over the still grass. Stripping wallpaper into the night, my wife uncovers someone else's bedroom. That's cool. I hear her sew. I hear the rain. I turn back a page. That's so awesome. I hear her sew. I hear the rain. I turn back a page. First snow lights our bedroom. She puts on the flowered sheets. If you hear any rustling, that's my dog. She's just licking this pillow. Lulu, you're awful. All right, back to poetry. For the smell, I plane another shaving. Snow buries my tracks from the house. I plane another shaving. Interesting. Farm dog calling to its echoes deep in the forest. That's cool. Bales of hay dot the blue stem meadow, morning breeze. A bike in the grass, one wheel slowly turning, summer afternoon. Rows of corn stretch to the horizon, sun on the thunderhead. Pine shade, the wooden bench, worn smooth. Mountain cherry, from branch to branch, the photographer. Two little boys paddling like mad, the beached canoe. Wedding picture, each face finds a different camera. That's cool. Professional conference, in the restroom, all the dentists washing their hands. Candlelight dinner, his finger slowly circles the rim of his glass. Rural interstate, all the cars exit together. That's cool. Scenic overlook, the whole Mississippi Valley, hidden in mist. Fishermen's cars parked along the road, cold rain. Exploring the cave, my son's flashlight beam disappears ahead. All right, so that's it for the poetry part of this podcast. That was from Haiku Anthology. I read from page, what the hell was it? Page 48. Oh, no, pardon me, page 46 to page 56. So let's get on to the True Blue playlist. All right, so I actually bought the record of the song I'm going to be sharing today. I bought it today. I went to Astro Zombies here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Shout out to my friend Mike and to my friend Chris. And the band is called Praise. The album is called All in a Dream. Came out this year. It is melodic hardcore from not from Washington, D.C., from Baltimore, actually. But if you're familiar with melodic hardcore, the D.C. area, this sounds just like those bands from the 80s and 90s. Embrace, Rites of Spring, Lifetime, and it's great. The label that put this out is Revelation Records, which is a pretty popular hardcore label, hardcore punk label. When I was growing up, it was Revelation and Victory Records. Those were the two that put out records. So the song I chose is called Peace of Mine, M-I-N-E. Great song, great lyrics, great clean vocals, great melodies, very melodic hardcore. So it's not just like someone screaming and a really fast music, very melodic. I really enjoy this whole album. This song stood out to me. It's a little bit faster than the others. I love instead of peace of mind, it's peace of mind. But then through the lyrics, which I'm going to read here in a minute, you can hear, that they play kind of with words and such. I watched I think their record release for this, and they didn't play this song, but a couple people in the crowd were requesting it, so I could tell it's kind of a popular one. But yeah, just was so into this. So number one, any band that has one name for their band is always interesting to me, because I'm like, how are those names not all taken? So Praise. This band is called Praise. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then like their art, their aesthetic, everything is kind of appealing to me with this. And if you're familiar with the band Turnstile, they share the same drummer. And from what I know, he was in this band before he joined Turnstile, which has gone on to become a little bit more popular and playing bigger shows. Another great band, though. Really exciting. Really diverse. So this song is called Peace of Mind. Let me see if I can get the light on this. All right, it's like those lyric sheets where it's like someone's handwriting, so forgive me if it takes me a minute to kind of hone in on this. All right, here goes. Here are the lyrics for the song. Peace of mind, if I could won you a peace of mind, I won't pretend to understand what it feels like to be in your head. There's a storm that's never cleared. I've watched from the window for years. Peace of mind, if I could give you a peace of mind. Peace of mind. You've got a debt you can't pay back. I'm still making up for what you lack. I don't know if you can see it, man. The way you are, the way I am. And when the time comes, I know my mind runs with all the things I wish I could say to stay strong, to maintain the calm. I know the part, and I play it so well. Can't change the weather within you, so I build this house because I had to. You called it strength. I don't think that's the case. When I look back, I never had the space to feel, to fail, to fall, to try. Peace of mind. I mean, just really good shit. Really good lyrics. A lot of these like DC hardcore bands, the Revolution Summer style bands, their lyrics are very emotional, very like introspective. Dare I say emo? But yeah, just really, really cool. And I'm really excited to have this record. I've been jamming it on Spotify for like the last month or so. So I'm glad that I was able to pick it up. All right, everyone, that's it. That's session 56, kind of a quickie, but happy to be back. I'm feeling positive energy on this one. Glad I can share some self-care and, catch you up and share some music. And again, I'm your host, Zach Sucardi. Find me online on Instagram on True Blue Podcasts. Hope everyone's taking good care of themselves, and God bless everybody. Talk soon.
Just another